The WBC publicly supports Wilder and says he deserves another opportunity to fight for the WBC strap against Tyson Fury after previously saying that Wilder's own suspicions and accusations are ridiculous and stupid. What made the WBC switch their tune? We're going to talk about it and more. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, that's $, Boxingego, and the Patreon family. We working. Now, the WBC, just like the game show, they seemingly have had a change of heart, right? And I made a video about this, but I wanted to make this compare and contrast. Sky Sports yesterday, they had an interview with Mauricio Sulaiman. You see the title, Deontay Wilder deserves another opportunity. You guys see that? He deserves another opportunity, says President Mauricio Sulaiman. And in this article, Sulaiman says Fury retains the full support of the WBC, which is funny that he had to outline that they fully support the WBC just to say that Wilder, too, deserves an opportunity. Meaning, why did they even need to say that? Fury's the WBC champion. You know, there was nothing in question. Nobody is accused of wronging Tyson Fury. Nobody's accused of glove tampering against Tyson Fury or cheating or anything else. So it's funny that they had to outline that they still fully support Tyson Fury. You know, they had to make that public and let that be clear that they weren't turning their back on Fury. I find that pretty funny, to be honest. Then you guys see in the yellow, it says there was an issue that we were aware of, that Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder have had some sort of mediation process going on. And that's the only thing, but we don't have any details, Mauricio Sulaiman of the WBC told. We were just hoping that everything gets resolved and everybody is happy. And we see great fights inside the ring. Asked if Wilder could feature in the WBC's future plans, Sulaiman replied, Wilder is a tremendous important element. He was a 5 years champion to the WBC, extremely loyal. Once again, why are you talking about Wilder's loyalty? What does that have to do with his reign as a champion with 10 title defenses? Because he was loyal to your organization. It should matter what he's doing in the ring. Weird statements. Says he had the greatest knockout ratio. The percentage is unbelievable. And he's a very dear fighter, a champion. WBC, and he deserves, of course, another opportunity. He gave Tyson Fury the opportunity, and Tyson Fury beat him, knocked him out, and of course Wilder's in the mix. Wilder, he deserves an opportunity, and we shall see how things evolve in the coming year. You guys see that, right? In the coming year. Now, the thing that is hilarious is the WBC have completely changed their tune and pledged this support of Deontay Wilder, but I made videos about it. Right? When it happened in real time, you see I'm on Google front page, #1 video, right? WBC denies Deontay Wilder, backs Tyson Fury. I tell you guys all the time, the most dangerous thing is a camera and a microphone. See, I don't actually worry about things like that because I know in my heart what I'm doing and what I'm saying is accurate. So I'm not really pressed about it. I don't worry about hitting the record button at any time. There's never a point where I hit the record button and, you know, I regret what I said. I can't think of a time because I know that I'm, you know, doing things for the right reasons. But things like this always come back to haunt people because in this new digital age, and you're seeing old media fails to understand this concept, everything you do, it's already been recorded. It's either in the cloud, somebody has a screen recording of it. You know, people like me, I've already made a video about it, and it creates this paper trail, if you will, of what's what, who, what, when, and where, and why, and who did what and who said what. So July 1st, 2021, the summertime, the fight happened late February. In this video that I made, right, I'm showing you, as you guys can see, I'm showing you, it says Tyson Fury's denial of glove tampering claims has received the backing of WBC president Mauricio Sulaiman, right? And in this, he depicts anybody who believes that this is days after I dropped Glovegate 2.0 and days after, like literally a day after I did Glovegate 2.0, Mauricio or Marcellus Wilder, Wilder's brother, had actually spoke his piece and said his brother has a dent in his head. And then a day after that, the WBC denies Deontay Wilder, and you see the title. They denied Deontay Wilder, back Tyson Fury without investigation. There's no way you could have ran a thorough investigation in one day for like claims as heinous as that. And as always, I cited my sources, so it takes us back to the initial article. So same imprint, you see, Sky Sports. This is yesterday. Now Mauricio Sulaiman of the WBC on the same website did an interview and says Wilder receives full support. But in the summer, in July 1st, right before the 4th of July, look what it says. Tyson Fury's denial of glove tampering receives support from the WBC's Mauricio Sulaiman. Needless to say, this is an extremely bad look, and this has to be gut-wrenching. Why the sudden change? Why would the WBC now say Wilder deserves another opportunity and act like they care about Wilder's career? And, you know, Wilder is a tremendous champion and he was very loyal to us. Okay, so in today's article, or yesterday, excuse me, you said Wilder is a tremendous and important element. He was 5 years a champion of the WBC, extremely loyal. These are Mauricio Sulaiman's very own words. Wilder was extremely loyal. But you knew this because you just said this yesterday. You knew Wilder was extremely loyal, your words, but you also said Tyson Fury's denial of glove tampering received support from Mauricio Sulaiman. And again, there was no investigation. We know there was no investigation. Okay, so let me get this straight. Let's say somebody gets murdered in Chicago. You know, they have a pretty high crime rate with, you know, with violence or whatnot. So someone gets murdered in Chicago on Friday, and then Saturday they said, hey, we investigated and we don't know. And case closed. That's not how it would work. But that's exactly what Mauricio Sulaiman did. He says, it says Fury has strenuously denied claims from Wilder's brother, right? This is right after my video, which led to Marcellus Wilder then posting, which led to the WBC saying that that they back Tyson Fury. This is Mauricio Sulaiman's direct quote. At no moment in either fight I saw anything that would look suspicious whatsoever. So you just admitted Wilder was extremely loyal to your organization, and you're saying that you were in the room, right? But O'Shaquie Foster just fought on the NBC Ring City USA or whatever it's called, and it's well documented in the boxing world that at that particular fight, the opponent, Roman, was sent gloves with no padding. And this was after Wilder Fury Part 2. So just because the commission was there, this is what he's saying. One was in California, one was in Nevada. In both cases, there were at least 3 inspectors in each dressing room. Okay, so this was O'Shaquie Foster, Cleto Reyes. Let's see what comes up. Okay, boom. The first Google search. And you have to keep in mind, this was after Miguel Roman glove controversy discovered, resolved ahead of Ring City debut. So it was a brand new show, and this gentleman, Mickey Roman, had gloves that were sent to him that he was about to use, right? And they were illegal gloves with no padding. And this was only discovered by Bobby Benton, the trainer of the fighter, not the commission. Oh, man, this is looking bad. Shout out to Bobby Benton. Look, this is the trainer of the fighter, and it says, I'm not sure who was at fault, Reyes Boxing Gloves or Team Roman, but the gloves they sent had no padding in them at all. I will not let my fighters get cheated. Safety of the fighter is what they always say, but it's always the last thing enforced. Boom. So they found gloves that the padding had been manipulated. And this was this month. But even though Wilder has been extremely loyal, as Mauricio Sulaiman of the WBC has said, you didn't even investigate. That's all people wanted to see. It's not just about condemning Fury. I understand how the court of law and due process works. So this is real bad. How come after I publicly call out the WBC on my channel for this type of behavior, giving Mike Tyson and Roy Jones a Black Lives Matter belt, and how they supported Juarez and things like that, I publicly did it. Everybody knows it. The video went viral, and now they're trying to change their tune to something a little bit more fair that they could have done from the jump, but they chose not to. And it's all documented. I got videos for everything without investigation. You see it. Link in the description. I was there before and after the fight. I saw the hand wraps. I saw them with the gloves. I was in the ring, blah, blah, blah. He says, and I quote, because I like to get to people and what they say. See, I don't have to lie on my channel. I can tell you what you say and use that against you. WBC Prez says, it's very sad because to try to take away something from a huge victory, meaning Tyson Fury, one of the greatest nights of the sport in the century, to try to put a blemish on the event is so irresponsible and so stupid, it should not be given any consideration. Here's what they think about you. So despite you acknowledging that extremely loyal Wilder and his brother have made the claim, which he later backs, which I could show you that as well. You know, we could go, I could do this all day, right? So Wilder, we knew Wilder's brother is not going to make a claim against his brother's wishes. They seem like they have a pretty dope relationship. So Wilder agrees with all of this because he made this video. And he said the same thing. And most of you, I'm not going to play it because most of you guys have seen it. Or, I'll tell you what, I'll play it at the end of this video so you guys can see it. So Wilder agreed with his brother, and he confirms, like he literally shows you in this video that his ear was bleeding, which we knew about. And he says he had a dent in his head. And he showed it. Look, dent in his skull. Boom. So why would the WBC, who now admits that Wilder has been extremely loyal and he's a tremendous element to their boxing program in the sport, right? How come they're now switching their tune, but they denied Wilder's brother's claim, which pretty much Team Wilder, and still to this day have not researched it? Oh, this is bad. And he's saying I was in the dressing room, which videos later came out and he wasn't in the dressing room at that particular spot. Look, these are his quotes. It's ridiculous, Sulaiman told Sky Sports. It's difficult to understand. See, like I said, this is the sport of boxing. People are just looking for fairness, equality, and consistent and equal rules across the board. Let me know how I did in this video. This is a bad look. You see Mauricio Sulaiman and the WBC. Now they've been forced by your boy Ego and new media to call it a little bit more fair, because in this modern time, this digital mob, the more you put out one-sided bias information and takes, the more it can and will be used against you in the court of the law. And we, the people, hold the court of the law. So I'm curious what made Mauricio Sulaiman all of a sudden now come to Wilder's defense and say that he is deserving and deserving of a new opportunity with Tyson Fury. But you admitted he was extremely loyal, and you shut down any notion that Tyson Fury could have cheated without investigation. So what's changed? And to the Tyson Fury radical fans, this looks bad for them, because Tyson Fury, he thought he had a get out of jail free card, and that this was going to go away and everyone would support him and forget about it and call Wilder names and say he's a liar and crier and coward and all this stuff. But this doesn't seem to be going anywhere. And he told people that he was going to get out the fight, and Wilder's rematch clause expired. But if you listen to more recent news, his own promoter, Frank Warren, says arbitration could lead to them being forced to fight Wilder. Oh, man, it's getting crazy. Yeah, it's getting real crazy. Yeah. Now they might have to fight Wilder, and they thought they got away from it. You know, now you got to see this man in the ring again. And now people are switching their tune when it looks like this mediation arbitration clause is saving the trilogy fight and giving Wilder a new chance at life. See, people thought that Wilder and Fury trilogy was just over and the rematch clause expired and they were going to get out of it and not have to see this man again. Now you got to fight him again, most likely, or depending on what the mediator or arbitrator decides. And now all of a sudden people are switching their mood and switching their views and stuff like that, like the WBC. And after the WBC has been accused of being biased on my channel, right? Now all of a sudden they're trying to show different side of them or whatever, say he deserves another opportunity. So what about all the fans that Tyson Fury, they just repeat like a puppet, like a parrot, what he says, and they say the rematch clause expired. Tyson Fury beat him 2-0 and all this stuff. He beat him 10 rounds to 2. He beat him in the first 2 fights, so he should just move on to Joshua. Well, now it might not be that simple. And Tyson Fury has a belt sanctioned by the WBC, and even they are now admitting that Wilder is deserving of another opportunity. So this is getting real chippy for old media. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Your boy is cooking them. We working.
The Bible tells us that silence is golden, but my ears can still hear and my eyes can still see. The Bible also tells us to be swift to hear and slow to speak. You see, what you don't understand, thief, what you did is what my people deal with all the time. Someone cheating them from providing their greatness into the world. But it's a burden that we cut off only to make us stronger. I saw in the first fight where Ricky Hatton was pulling down your gloves to put your fist in the improper position. Y'all tried the same method the second time, but this time you scratched flesh out of my ears, which caused my ears to bleed. It's impossible for a brand new 10-ounce glove to bend, to keep a smushed in form, or to have loose space. I highly believe you put something hard in your glove. Something the size and the shape of an egg weight. Here's the reason why the side of my face swelled up in an egg weight form. And it left a dent in my face as well. But in the midst of it all, you still couldn't keep this king down. You would have had to kill me. In the end, it took a crab in a bucket referee and a disloyal trainer to throw the towel in just to stop me. Proverbs, the 6th chapter, 30, 31st says, excuses may be found from a thief who steals because he is starving. But if he is caught, he will have to pay back 7 times what he stole, even if he had to sell everything in his house. And payback is coming.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.